So, the new Ford Mustang GT3 just got released and I had no idea. This is a very great surprise. I had to jump in and try it out. So I wanted to do a stream as well. So let's see what it looks like. Here it is. It's looks very interesting, and see if we can open some doors so you can see the interior. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Right now they have two liveries. This is pretty awesome too. Gonna go with this one just for now. And of course we're gonna do it on the Nordschleife. Just have to check if we have sound. Do we have sound? Yes, we do. It looks okay here. Okay, let's jump into it. Let's go aggressive. 62 liters. Yeah. And now for the first startup. Let's see what it sounds like.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Oh. It sounds like a Ford Mustang. Oh, I think that I have to do some settings to the wheel rotation. I have as for it's gonna tune in the. It's gonna do a quick one here. Put it to 900. I have something else, so bear with me. We'll go fast here. We'll put it to 900 here. 900 here, and I'm gonna do 900 on my DD2. Should feel a bit better. And I will also increase force feedback a bit, like 3-4%. View settings. I just want to pitch it down a bit and move it forward. Not too much. I usually go without the steering wheel, but let's do something like this. Glove on. Oh, I'm way too. Need to move up a bit. So I get a right feel for the car. Let's go. Now, I'm just gonna go straight out on the Nordschleife. Oof, oh yeah. It feels good balance in the car. Let's see how the aggressive setup is on this track. I think it should be pretty decent. A bit understeer, but I held cold tires, so down on the differential a bit. Gonna disable the track map because that's killing the FPS, I heard. Okay, I'm gonna do one lap, then I'm gonna adjust the view settings a bit more so it's more suited to what I'm used to. Yeah, I was driving the Audi yesterday, and that was just the back end just disappeared. So I'm gonna take it a bit easy on the first laps. I just took some test laps because I only haven't ever driven the GT2 on this track before, so GT3s are not as used to them. The gear ratio seems a bit higher on this one compared to the Audi, at least. Yeah, it's a bit understeering. Yeah, there we go. For some reason my FPS is a bit lower than usual. Probably because I'm streaming. I'm gonna disable the preview in the OBS, but you probably don't notice it in the stream. It feels very balanced, at least with this setup. The aggressive ACC standard aggressive feels, but my tire pressure is off. I need to go down one gear more than other cars. I haven't tried all of them, but the gear ratio seems a bit higher here. I think it's quite suited for this track. understeer here, so I have to go off the throttle a bit. We'll see if it managed this part. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, this is great car. Really fun to drive. Quite easy, no surprises, except some wheel spin if you go too hard on the throttle. Okay, tire pressures are a bit off, so it's feels pretty good. I'm gonna jump into the pit, and then we're gonna adjust the tire pressures as I'm viewing view settings. Can we do 280 on this setup? Nope. Okay, let's go into the pit. Oh, you're right, it's practice, so there is no... Let's just... Oh, wrong. First of all, we need to just take a look at it. Let's do a quick tour around the car and in the car. Yeah, it's a beast. Ford performance. Bit dark, but yeah, this is gonna be a popular car. Definitely. Okay, so let's go up. No, this was pretty good. Have to go up on the other ones. Think like that, like that. Arrow 6. See what its setup looks like. We'll go down on the diff a bit. 2 clicks. Maybe 1 on the wing. We will see if I will die or not. Just gonna do some quick adjustment here. I usually never drive with the wheel on. Go like this a bit, maybe back. Yeah, let's start with this one. Okay. Oh, okay, just gonna try another lap, see if the tire pressures are holding up. Just gonna yeah. Okay, gonna go down on the TC later and see when the tires are warming up. I think we can do some nice drifting with this one. I go down to TC2. Still a bit understeer, I need some more maybe anti-roll bar in the back. But but still cold tire, so we will see. Yeah, that's what we want. Just want to see if I can manage to do some drifting, but still with not the best setup for drifting, I think. Feels good on the curbs. I mean, when I tried the Audi yesterday, it wasn't. I think it was with a CDA setup, but it was so bumpy. But this one is feeling really, really good. Yeah, you can go one gear lower. And I even had one wing less that time, but it feels really good. So yeah, you can do some small tweaks to the setup and it will feel even better. But from standard aggressive, it's really good. I did a 6-hour multi-class endurance with a KTM Expo GT2. That's a really fun car, but it's totally different gear ratios, so you have to get used to this one. I think you can stay on the second gear there. That's with TC3. Try and lower the brake balance a bit. We'll try 55. Yeah, that's more like better turning. Just have to check if it had a 6th gear. I was like, to see how it works on the short shifting. Oh, that was. I don't know. Maybe it's better to just stick with the second gear in some cases, even though you could run it on first gear. Yeah, but it's very forgiving. You see that how much I was jumping around, but it's not doing any crazy slides. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of these cars. Always when there's a new car released, they will be very popular in the beginning, but this one is just like a special car. So I think this is, you're gonna see this everywhere. I'm definitely gonna drive this one. They have lowered the wing from the standard aggressive setup to from 6 to 5, I think, so you could probably optimize the setup quite a bit with this one. Tire pressures are okay, a bit low maybe, but we will see what it does on the straight. I think it did like 100 and... oh, it makes a big difference. We'll see. 275, I think. Oh, okay. I can gear up also when the blue lights blink. We'll see. 280. Wow, that's a big difference. I will try and run 0 wing in the end to see what it does on the straight. We'll try to do 1 clean lap just to see what kind of time I get. I did. I have 62 liters of fuel, or from the beginning. I have, or did I have more? This is a practice session, but I don't know if this is a bug or something. 62 liters, if you check the fuel, I don't think it's going down. So unusual to go down to first gear, but this is a practice session, so I don't know why the fuel is not going down, but might be a bug or something. But it's very, very pleasant to drive. I mean, this is easy to drive, it's very forgiving on the curbs, good traction, and this is, I haven't started doing so much with the setup yet, so yeah, this is so much fun to drive. You can definitely go down to 4th gear, get some more power. At least with this setup. So I'm gonna do this lap, and then I'm gonna go down on the wing a bit, because it feels very safe, but gonna go down and see how much the wing does. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I did 275 on the straight with 6 wing, and then I lowered the wing to 5, and it did 280, so we will see. I think first gear is a bit high if you don't wanna. TC3, yep, okay. So I know nothing about this car because I had no idea it was coming to ACC. It was like, I know there were requests and people were hoping, but had no idea. I hadn't read it anywhere. One of my friends just told me, just sent me the Twitter post that download the update now and you'll get the Ford Mustang for free. So yep, great surprise. But as you can see, the fuel is not going down, so that's a bit weird. I see that someone wrote. I'm gonna check the chat. It's on my phone beside me, so I'm gonna try and look now. I only driven the KTM Expo GT2 like on this track in a race, but I tried the Audi GT3. I tried the Aston a couple of laps yesterday. But I haven't driven the GT3 class on this track enough to do a good comparison with the cars. So I just noticed that, you see, it's very low gear ratio here. Force feedback feels good. I haven't tuned in for this car, but feels like they have done a great job with most of the new updates. A bit understeer. I'm gonna try to do some setup clicks after this lap. Yeah, but with aggressive standard setup, it feels great on the, especially when you go down from one of the curbs. Some cars are really bump and just jumping around, so you have to be really careful. But this one is very pleasant. Some lifting there. I think I did like 8:19 or something yesterday with the, I think it was the Aston. I don't remember. I think I had more fuel, but similar conditions. So we will see where we land. I think a bit like 8:22 maybe on this lap. But with the Aston, I had a good setup, or fast setup. I don't know, good or it was optimized. One of the yardier setups on the Aston. Will we do a under 25? That's the question. Let's go. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to some wing adjustments just to see how much it does on the straight. So we have a lower to 5, so we will lower to 3 just to see. I did I think 280 on the straight. We'll do some more anti-roll bar. Lower this one to 55 like I had. You see 62. This is let's do just some other Wheelbase. Do not know how the TC works on the TC and TC2, so that we have to wait to see what the optimal settings are. It feels so good. I think for me TC3 is pretty good in the beginning because it wants to let go of the back a bit. But I don't know if this is a normal free practice, but it feels like it's in some hot lap mode. I don't know if that's new to ACC, but in practice there's I don't know if there's something with this car or something with ACC, because the fuel is not going down. With the setup we were driving in the 6-hour multi-class with a Expo GT2, we did a 296 on the straight, and I think you could do 300 with if you tune the setup just for speed. But we had a really good setup for rain and for rain and dry, and it was fast and stable in the GT2, so it was great setup. But this one will be a dream to drive if you put some work into the setup. I mean, it's already really good now with the small things I did. Even though it's getting a bit unbalanced, it's not doing anything crazy. I can still just correct it pretty easy. See how it behaves here with lower wing? No problem at all. Feels like you could go low wing on this one. I can go faster in that one. I will try to go fast the next lap. I think you could go down to gear 1 just for the rotation, but then short shift to second gear, so you don't get the wheel spin. early. You see, with little slide there, easy to correct. But you can really feel when the rear end gets loose, so it's very easy to correct. Feels amazing. I mean, it feels like the balance in the car is so good that I can just correct it, and I know where it is, and if I get a wheel spin or something, it's just like super easy to, you feel it instantly. I'm gonna see on the straight here. I don't have a chat window or anything fancy up on the screen, so I have my cell phone on the floor next to me. So I'm gonna I saw that you wrote something. I'm gonna see what you asked. So I will. You don't have to be afraid of curbs with this car, that's for sure. Still a bit understeery. Whoa, I braked a bit late, but there was no bouncing after. It just landed flat. Let's see on the straight how fast we can go. I'm gonna try to read in the chat at the same time, but we will see. Okay. I assume your fuel consumption is disabled. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that would make sense. Thanks. I will check that out because I was a bit confused. I'm gonna see where why it's on the beginner. Because I probably some settings I missed or accidentally put on. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do with. Oh, now I didn't check the top speed. That was the whole point. But I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna check the thing you told me here. General. Let's see. No. Assists. I only have the automatic on for the clutch. Right, yes, it's when I'm setting up. I will set up it the correct way. Realism, beginner, okay. Damage rate, tire sets, brake temperature. Okay, custom is pro. Yeah, that's limited. Yeah, we can have unlimited on the brake temperatures. Okay, there we go. Yep. I think we're gonna 281. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna try to take away go down on the wing completely. Now I didn't save the setup, of course, but let's do like that. No wing. And 55. I think we can go lower. We can go even lower. I think we can put 2 anti-roll bar. Something like that. No, 62, yeah, of course. Thanks for that. I must have pressed some wrong buttons. I think I raised a bit. Do like this, a bit more. Just save it. Okay, let's see what it does with no wing and how it feels.
Green light, go, go, go.
And I don't know if I think the tire that the tires are still degrading even if you accidentally put it in the beginner. We will see. It felt a bit odd. You can hear the tire screech. I'm gonna try out the... It's very balanced with the 55. I'm gonna try to go lower on the brake bias and see if, how it feels. Let's do some 53, that's 2% down, see if my rear end will pass my front end. Whoa. That was not the brake balance, I think, maybe. But there I got a weird bump. But I didn't do the perfect lines I usually do. Just a couple of seconds, we will see if it feels okay. TC2 on 0, okay, I will. Perfect, thanks. I was not sure about the TC2. I'm gonna try to find... try to find here on my stream deck. I have put. Ooh, maybe the wing is helping a bit with the bouncing. I have lower swing right now, so I feel that the bumps are. It's much more bumpy. The rear doesn't stay. Yeah. Traction. Yeah, that was good. Thanks for the TC. A bit understeer from the from the touch there. I think it's gonna be even more. Okay, I'm gonna return from the garage. Then I have to just disable the preview on the OBS because I get some weird weird FPS drops. Off. We will try. I will try with the zero wing and just see if that's what's causing everything. It feels so good. But I'm gonna stay with 51 in brake balance. I am gonna turn up the force feedback 2%, maybe 3. I'm on the Fanatec DD2 and I'm 30% in game and right now 75% on the wheelbase. Okay, I can go up 1% more to get some more feed. 76% on the base. Yeah, now I didn't know this before, I didn't think about it, but the gear on the dashboard is the Ford logo. I didn't think about it until now. I mean, when you told me to turn off TC2, which you do on all the other cars, I didn't know about this one. Long time since I drove the GT3 class, but the TC is working so much better. I'm gonna see what kind of dashboards we have. Do we have any? 2 dashboards. Zero wing. See how it feels in this one. Oh, yep, it's a bit more. This, yeah, but you can. Wasn't doing anything crazy. Now I didn't take it perfect, but to see the dash. There's only 2 rides. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that felt better. Just to go down to 1 gear here. It feels very soft during brakes and very balanced, no surprises anywhere. Except when you do like this. That's the only surprise, but it's very manageable. Miss, hit, miss. You can do that so much better. I was trying out some of the GT3 cars yesterday, or I only had time for a couple of laps, just to see if there were any GT3 cars that I liked more than others. But this one feels really good. I think I tried the BMW GT3, the M4, and that was the most pleasant to drive in the beginning, because it was very forgiving and easy to drive. The Audi the Audi was a bit tricky, I think, and the Aston Martin was, at least with the setup I was driving, the Yardier setup, was a bit bumpy on the curbs, but it's probably a driver error, not so much the setup or the car. But this one is much easier with aggressive. Whoa, too late. There was a, what do you call it? A hill. So I think the wing maybe did something unusual there, or the lack of wing, I should say. We will see on the straight. I want to find out the top speed with the zero wing. Maybe I could go lower ride height in the back, just to get some more suction to the ground in the back. If you go zero wing. This feels no problem with zero wing. We'll try 4th gear here. I think that's better, maybe 2nd gear here. Okay. Moment of truth is almost here. How fast will it go with zero wing? Not the best exit, but it will do. Gonna try to do this as smooth as possible. 281 you said with 5 or 3? 3. We'll see, very gentle steering wheel. 284, probably a little bit more. I think if you look in Motec it will be probably 284.5 or 7 or something. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a clean lap to see if I'm getting faster. Usually I'm finding a lot of time on the GP track. I put one lap down, and then I can find almost a second sometimes on the GP track, the lap after. Especially if you go on the one lap on the GP first, just to get a clear lap from the beginning. That's almost a second, just in if you come from the GP to GP, or if you come from Nordschleife to GP. Oh, this is so slow. I mean, this is like when you sit and talk, you drive. I can't do it like all the other experienced streamers, because they do it every day, all the time. That's an art form. 284, yeah, thanks. I mean, it's this is zero wing, and I can still manage the car. Oh, didn't shift up. There are corners like this, the wing should do its work. Oh, a bit too much. Yeah, done. Let's see how much. Okay, no brake, just lifted, but too much. Yeah, no problem at all. Zero wing. Ah, too late. Yeah, but it's very forgiving. If you go on a curb that's you shouldn't supposed to go, you shouldn't use. It's pretty. There, I was very sloppy in the entry, just trying to force it to do some arrows, but it's very stable. I mean, the aggressive setup is kind of safe, but other cars will maybe be even less forgiving than this one. But you really just notice it when you start pushing the car for real, so I haven't started pushing so much. Whoop. Just trying to get a hang of the... Okay, flat out. Oh, yeah, you see. Like if you do hit a curb like that, you can still save it. You're not totally fucked. I'm just gonna try and push it in some places just to see how it behaves. Over corners, or not corners, what is it? On the dips there, to see how it reacts with no zero wing and just full throttle. How does it feel compared to, and I'm gonna see if I can read the rest of the question after this one. No, maybe after this turn. The GT3 cars, yeah. So my biggest, or my, I only have real experience with the KTM GT2, but the BMW M4 GT3 is also very forgiving, and it's very pleasant to drive on this one, just straight out of the box. But compared to, for example, the Audi, in my come on, my experience, it's much you will get a grasp of the car much faster. I think this is maybe a bit. I think the BMW is a bit even easier, if I remember correctly. This is a bit slide in the back, but even the Aston, I didn't use the corresponding setup. I used the Yardier setup, so it's very hard to compare if you don't have like a similar setup on both cars, because they feel very different. But I would say just in general, this is very you will get a grasp of the car pretty easy, and the Audi was it was more surprising. It was not as forgiving if you go up on a curb, and the Aston it felt pretty good, but it could also surprise you on some of the curbs and some fast corners. I just lost the rear end, but this one was no problem at all. So, but that could be a setup thing. So, but I couldn't, unfortunately, give you any good comparison in that sense. At least not on this track, but this is the only track I've tried so far with the Ford. Oh, I should have opened a window, now it's getting really warm. Let's see if we do 285 now. Let's see if I can do anything different. I don't know how, but we will see. Very gentle movement here. Ah, no. I've just held it as straight as possible, but easy on the throttle here. Last time I went just full throttle, and it was just the rear end was just goodbye. So 220 I did, or 820. I did a 825. But I think that's lots have to do with the TC2. I think that's a killer. And I'm running 0 wing, so. But let's see how much I will gain on this GP track now, because I did it very sloppy last time. See if we can try to do it a bit better. 3 tenths up, 2 or 3. I think it was in the Schumacher S I was screwing up. Oh, a bit slow here. Whoop. Yeah. Maybe it will be even slower than last lap. Still trying to get a hang of the grip, the gears. I saw that. Yeah, it is. Feels like the aggressive setup is very stable, and I done some stuff so it will be a less stable, like no wing, lower diff, more anti-roll bar in the back. But I think the standard aggressive setups are pretty safe in some sense. If you I got it. Okay, safe, and then you do something like that. One hand drift. I didn't lose so much time, but that's good. But as always with ACC and on this track, it's very bumpy, I've heard, like compared to other sims. But I have not tried myself. That's only something I heard. So I have no idea. I didn't think the GT2 the KTM was any problem at all. And I don't think this is a big problem if you don't do a driver's error. I was trying to push it a bit there. So, but... Thanks. It's kind of dangerous to try to catch a drift like that with one hand, just with your thumb in it, because if you get a like a not a whiplash, what do you call it, when the car just hits back on you and the wheel goes really fast in the other, I will break my thumb, but it's worth it to put on a show, yeah, I guess. But that's, you don't think about that when you're driving, you just want to catch the drift. I was trying to push for a slide there. I think we will see how popular this car will be at the end, and how it will compare to the other cars in terms of balance of performance and stuff. I think there will be something that will take a while to figure out after some testing and driving from all the drivers. I think LFM is doing a really good job with their balance of performance, so I think they will be pretty fast. They're probably sitting right now and testing. I think you could do some setup tuning with the dampers and stuff to get a bit even more stable on the when you come down from a curb. But I mean, mostly it's very no problem at all. Depends on how aggressive you are. Okay, I'm gonna see something, wrote something here. I really like how easy it takes corner. I'm used to driving Porsche and it's taking a bit longer due to wing, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, there we go. Unlocking the phone on the floor at the same time. I mean, during braking, it's very... it's extremely balanced. Now I haven't... I just put down, like, I think it was 57 or something from the standard aggressive. Can try 53.9. You don't, especially in the last section there, before going to the GP. Braking there with an unbalanced car is very unpleasant. You go from so high speed. Let's see if we can get under 120 or 820. So this is a setup, standard aggressive setup. With 0 wing from 6 and a bit less stiff and a bit more unrollbar in the back. And TC2 is off. Just thanks for that. If you don't have any problems with the car that letting go of the rear end, this won't be any problem at all. Really fun car to drive. Whoa, I just said let's see if we can push some more in this corner. Oh, too late. Feels almost like a Fast and the Furious movie when you go on the throttle too fast, too much. Too early, too much. Yeah, even here. I was a bit later on the brake than usual and no problem at all. I put the brake balance back a bit, so a bit better turn in and for trail braking. Whoa, let's go. Yeah, it really warns you and tells you when the back end is losing grip. But the sound, Mustang sound. Whoa, too late. Oof, said it. So I would say that for feedback, I mean, some cars are feeling a bit dull, and some cars are have even more details than a lot of other cars. But this one is somewhere in between. It's more to the detail side, but you can feel a lot of details, like when it's when you lose the grip in the back, for example. But it could also be due to setup and how much cast you're running. But feels very alive. For example, when the BMW M4 GT3 came out, it felt like really dull. I couldn't feel the force feedback. I couldn't get a sense for the car because the force feedback felt so much less than in other cars. But now I think they have done more work on that, so I can feel much more in the force feedback in the BMW than from the beginning. This one is I'm getting a call here. God damn it. Yeah, we will do one more on the straight here, and then I have to get back to lunch and other fun stuff like answering phone calls and stuff. But in all, this car is a great addition in ACC. It feels this is gonna be a fun car, and it's gonna be a very popular car. Just because it's new, but it's also fun to drive. It sounds good, feels good, everything. So we will see a lot more from this car. Yeah, I was trying to brake really late there. I don't know if it was better or not, but yeah, we didn't do the 819, but it will come with some setups, tuning, and some more practice. That was it. So thanks for watching. I just felt like I wanted to do a little stream with this new car that I had no idea was coming out. So we will do a lot more streams and testing in the future. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.